My puppy and me want to talk about how stupid it feels to niche down when everything is related to everything. Me trying to relate everything to everything is not an attempt to control the narrative. It's more like I have this occasional desire with how vast the world is and how many things we are surrounded by, how many chores we are surrounded by, to find patterns between them, to link them to each other, to treat it like one open loop, so that if everything connects to everything and if I can make sense of it through talking or writing or painting, then I can close this entire giant open loop and just be rid of my thoughts and myself, and I can just be empty for a while. So if the thousands of things that happen to us in a day or just throughout our lifetime can be made sense of and distilled down to, say, the three or four pillars of life, like love or community or faith or just hard work or diet, then it sounds cheesy. But then if anything happens and if you're confused, then you always have these three or four north stars to sort of guide you, to take you home. Because it's okay to have a test tube approach to certain things too. That's when someone does a PhD or postdoc on something with the academic or philosophical rigor that certain people have, and there's a time and place to it. But in my everyday life, I don't want to have a test tube approach with things. I'm an overthinker, and the vastness of the world just makes me overwhelmed and lost. And this is my attempt to maybe not feel as lost if I can close this giant loop. For instance, it's now May in the Pacific Northwest, and you see these little baby bunnies hopping around and just coming out of the ground. And if you're lucky, you'll see them play or even hide from a perceived threat. You also see these random deer frolicking in the wild in a park behind my house, which is rare because growing up in India, I didn't just randomly see deer ever on the streets. I only saw them on TV. And these little bunnies, the smell of the air, the deer just reminds me of my childhood. I remember this one time I was 8 years old. It was summer vacation. I think it was 7 a.m. on one of these Saturdays. And my dad wanted me to wake up, but I wasn't waking up. So he shouted from the balcony while watering the plants on our first floor, "There is a deer here." Like, he said it in Marathi. And I had never seen a deer before except on TV, and I always thought that if I went near like a random wild animal, then they would sense that I'm whimsical and I'm like really vibey and cool, and so that they would, and so they would eat grass from my hand, and I thought that we'd have this like special friendship because at the time I wasn't great at making friends with humans. I was bullied a little for being academically good as well. So I figured deer could be my friend, and this is my first friend. So I sprang out of bed and I went to the balcony. We lived on the first floor, by the way, but that didn't raise any alarms as to how the deer randomly came here. But then my dad said, "Oh, yeah, he's actually not here. He never came." And I was so sad that at the age of, I believe, 8, I experienced my first heartbreak, or rather, the concept of a heartbreak. So now, looking at the deer in adulthood in the summer reminds me of that. And that reminds me of, oh, hey, summer vacation as an Indian, especially as a Maharashtrian, means mango. And so I went to the store to buy mango. And then I often look at these mangoes and I think, which one should I buy, the organic or the not organic? And then I had this little conversation with the person who bagged my groceries. She said that I just choose them based on how ripe they are and when I want to eat them, not based on whether they are organic or not. And I realized, yeah, it's because organic is a scam. You know what else is a scam? Jobs. Most jobs. I don't mean to say that the job market is bad, but that the concept of jobs is just a scam. For instance, the entire job market is kind of porous. And most jobs you have to build something or fix something, right? If you fix something that one time, that's it. You're done. You're not needed anymore. Which means having a job as a concept is about fixing the issue just enough to make it look like you tried really hard, but in a way that it keeps recurring forever, so that you also have a job. If you fixed it forever, the issue would go away and so would you. So the job market is a scam, everything else is a scam, organic labels are a scam, and we'll never really know what it's like to live on a one person salary and just be chill once in a while. The only thing we know is working 12 to 15 hours a day on a two-person salary to maybe live half the life that boomers used to live. And I miss my grandparents. I love my grandparents, but they are boomers. And while they didn't destroy the world, their generations people kind of did, especially the ones from the western cultures, like the richer countries, in a way that if you were born in the wrong country, opportunities are closed off to you for like the entirety of your youth, and they might only open up to you in your 40s or 50s when you already have kids and are tired. And that will only happen if you maybe got lucky with the I word, which I'm not gonna say. So it I can't help but hate the boomers, but I don't hate my grandparents, and I miss them, and I miss my summer in my India, because summer and grandparents, it's all linked together. Oh, and going back to that whole thing about people from certain countries have a lot of job, a lot of opportunities, and people born in a certain other countries only have opportunities in their 40s. Yeah, that is also combined with the fact that I have the trauma of a lot of generations, not to mention the post colonial hangover from like millions of Indians in the form of ads and movies that were shown to me. But at least back then, as toxic as those movies were, they had some color in it. Like in this day and age, my entertainment is just Little Poppy. I cannot bring myself to ever watch this god awful HBO remake because the color grading looks awful. And not just that movie, everything else. The color, the life, the soul of not just movies but everything else is just bland these days. Movies and stories are not made to last because, again, everything is a scam. They want to keep you purchasing. If they made a movie that was as good as Interstellar, you just watch it all the time. You wouldn't want to watch new movies anymore. And the weird thing is, to afford all these things they keep selling us, we need to work. We need to be a two-person household to afford basic things. And hey, you know what? Even peasants back then in the winter didn't work as hard, and they didn't work 12 hours a day like we do or we are supposed to do in the winters. These little bunnies and deer, or their mothers, I assume. The little baby bunnies were born because their moms hibernated in the winters in these little burrows like they were supposed to. And you know who else is supposed to? We. We are not meant to work until 2 days before Christmas. But then, hey, I guess there's sugar in Christmas, right? But then the more sugar you eat, I'm afraid to do my blood test reports because, hey, I don't want to know the test results just like I didn't want to know the test results of the exams I took when I was a kid. So, you know what? Everything is connected, and it is the stupidest thing to niche down. And I think this is like my oath, if you will, that I will not be niched down. It's my channel. I will post what I want. If I want to be unhinged, I'll be unhinged. If I want my cute little puppy next to me trying to lick some of my non-oxybenzone sunscreen, then that is what I will post. Because this is all we have. We don't have anything else, but this is all we have. And I'm okay with it. Good.